Rajhin and the Stone Maiden, a tale of the great Khajiit thief Rajhin. Many years ago, as Rajhin passed by a river, he heard weeping from the far shore. There, a woman filled her pockets with stones. When she finished, the woman walked into the river. Rajhin could not let her drown, so he ran across the river's surface and pulled the woman from her would-be grave. "Why did you save me, my lord?" she asked. "Does Rajhin, the trickster god, not know my intent?" "I know the what, my lady, but not the why." The woman frowned and turned her back. "You could not possibly understand my plight. Please let me gather my stones and continue on my way." But Rajhin would not let her continue until she shared her story. The woman, Munili, had a fiancé named Mazaram, and the two were much beloved. But Munili's stepfather, Azalit Ra, was a greedy man. Before he would give them permission to marry, he insisted on a bride price beyond Mizoram's considerable means, and well beyond all reason. Azalit Ra was headman of the village in which they lived, and none dared speak against him for his injustice. But Mazaram was not cowed by Azalit Ra, which made the stepfather hate him all the more. Still, Mizoram would not dishonor Munili by eloping. Rather than see her fiancé ruined by her stepfather's demands, Munili chose the river. "You say your stepfather rules your village?" "With an iron paw, my lord," Munili replied sadly. "Those he does not bribe owe him money. Only a few, such as Mazaram, remain free of his grasp, and he does what he can to ruin them." "Do you think your stepfather is satisfied ruling a tiny village?" Rajhin asked. "Satisfied?" Munili scoffed, wiping her tears away. "He does not know the meaning of the word." "Then perhaps I can help. Come, let us find Mazaram." As they went to the village, Rajhin explained his plan to the young woman. That afternoon Mazaram and Munili approached Azalit Ra upon the porch of his great moonsugar plantation house. Seeing the two lovers hand in hand angered Azalit Ra, even though they were properly affianced.
"So, my little pauper," the stepfather greeted Mazaram, "have you agreed to my bride price, or shall we finally see the last of you?"
Mazaram refused to take offense, and instead bowed briefly. "While it is true I cannot meet your bride price, my lord, I can offer you something better." Azalit Ra's ears twitched, but he sneered with skepticism.
"Better? Better than the sum I demand for my only daughter? Fine, tell me of this offer. If it is generous, then so be it, but if not, I would see your tail as you leave forever."
"Very well," Mazaram sighed. He explained that one of his agents, for Mazaram made his money in shipping, told him of a nearby land without a ruler. "It is far greater than this village, yet shines like a pearl in the darkness, a place to which you can lay claim, but that you will never reach without my agent's aid." Azalit Ra laughed scornfully.
"Ha! No such land exists. Is this some cruel ploy to get me out of the way while you marry my daughter? Ha! I'll not fall for your tricks."
"It is no trick, stepfather," Munili asserted. "On my mother's honor, I have seen this land, as have you. It is renowned for its beauty in story and song." At this, Azalit Ra was taken aback. As much as he knew Munili wished to marry Mizarum, he also knew her as a truthful girl, and she valued her late mother's honor as much as her own life. But still he doubted, for an untrustworthy man does not trust easily.
"Very well. What is this great land of which you speak, that I have seen yet do not know?"
Mizarum waggled one finger. "No, no. If I tell you freely,
How do I know you won't try to conquer it without me? I insist you'll need my agent's help, but you might try something foolish on your own. Hm, very well, Azalit Ra harumphed. If you won't tell me, then how will I know you speak the truth?
My agent, Mazarum replied, will take you there tonight. If he does so, will you agree I've met the bride price? A ruse, thought the greedy stepfather. They hope to escape while I prepare for my journey to this land of theirs.
Well, I can fix them. Agreed, Azalit Ra exclaimed, much to the surprise of the servants around him. But I insist, if we're to go on a journey, we must have your engagement feast beforehand. You, Mazarum, shall sit upon my right, and Munili shall sit upon my left. Ha, he thought, try to escape while you're in arm's reach.
But the two agreed. Azalit Ra had no choice but to open his larder and wine cellar to the entire village. They feasted all afternoon. As was his habit, the plantation owner ate greedily, making sure no one else got more than he. The couple ate sparingly and never moved from his side. Soon Azalit Ra grew sleepy, then annoyed.
The moons are rising, Mazarum. Where is this agent of yours? He asked.
I am right behind you, my lord, a voice purred in Azalit Ra's ear. The old man jumped, but quickly recovered. When he turned, he saw what looked like a vagabond in a wide-brimmed hat. The traveler's tail twitched, but whether it was with nervousness or amusement, Azalit Ra could not tell.
Well then, where is this land of yours? Azalit Ra bellowed at the man. I'm ready to go, or to see the back of you and Mazarum both.
You are ready? The vagabond asked. Then let us go now. With a flash, the vagabond discarded his wide-brimmed hat. There stood Rajhin, the trickster god, in all his glory. Without another word, Rajhin seized the old man by his stained tunic, and the two flew upward like shooting stars. Soon their glow disappeared into the pearl-wide aura of Jode, the largest moon. Truly, Munili mused aloud, it is a land we can see from our village, and one that shines as beautiful as a pearl.
When the villagers recovered from their shock, the engagement feast turned into a wedding feast. By the time both moons had set, Mazarum and Munili were married. But as they lay in their bower, a chill overcame both of them. The candles guttered. The darkness grew. Munili cried out, and Mazarum groped in the dark for his sword. Suddenly there was a flash of light. Rajhin stood before them, brushing moon dust off his garments. Now then, where are you? He mused as the two lovers gaped. Ah, there you are! With a movement too quick for the eye to follow, Rajhin reached out and grabbed at the air. Then he shoved his hand into one of the many small pouches on his person. The room grew light once more.
What was that, my lord? What did you seize? Munili asked.
Azalit Ra's shadow! I took him to his new land so quickly he jumped right out of it.
Their laughter echoed across the river bank.